You can tell
Yeah,
when he starts peeking his eyes over and he starts looking at you.
No, we got people complaining in the
oh, it's
for a
just
minute.
Nico.
Wait, a minute?
No, he said 9:15-ish.
I said 8:15-ish.
Or 8:15-ish. Sorry, a 9:15 regular normal time.
Yeah.
My 5-year-old boss needs to be put to bed.
Yeah. And welcome to episode 132 of Ripping the Rack podcast. I am your host, Tim. With me today, as usual, the King of the North, Calvin Awake.
Gentlemen, how are we today?
Good. How are you?
It is wet here.
It is. It was very moist here this morning.
It was so moist.
Want to talk about water?
Brian, you got water in your basement?
He did.
No, that was last week.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yikes.
And with us today, a mile down the road, the Coastal Crusader, Mr. Brian Athern. Brian, how you doing?
I'm great. Cowboys are in first in the NFC.
Look at that. NFC West or NFC North
or
whatever.
And your wife made me laugh.
I know. Isn't she funny?
They still got to beat San Francisco, so relax yourself.
Ah, well, we only got to beat them once, thank God. Or somebody else has to beat them before they get to us.
Right.
That would be lovely as well. You know what kind of bothers me about this? You have guys like Tyreek Hill and, yes, I'll say it, CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, who's having an amazing year, that won't sniff MVP. Meanwhile, Brock Purdy will win the MVP for throwing screens and slants to 3 all-pro players.
Hey, man.
Why don't they just have the best quarterback in the league?
Tom Brady got best quarterback ever because a whole bunch of receivers.
Yes, this is what my wife.
This is where we're at right now.
Yeah,
this is the Dallas Cowboys cycle. We're at the We Dem Boys. This is our year.
No, I'm not there. You know me, Tim. I'm a realist. When does football season end for me most of the time?
November.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
This is a new experience for me. December's been pretty meaningless for a while, so this is good.
Well, hello, Nico, and goodbye, Nico. But we should probably be here because what else are we gonna do?
Yeah, we'll be here.
Leave us on while you're working the last half hour.
That's right. You could just leave us on.
Yeah,
I think we should try and get on just like a morning show or something. Maybe we could have our own morning show.
Yeah, we could do that. We have lots of stuff to discuss today.
It's going to be fun.
I think.
We're going to get some rant.
What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, what do you want to talk about, people?
I feel like
we should have viewer call-ins.
Oh my God. That would be awesome. Okay, we got to figure out how to do that.
We do need to figure out how to do it.
Phone number 506. Call it in.
411 on your mobile phone.
Yeah, right.
Or 211. I know some people that need 211.
Oh God, that would be. Oh, I mean, it would be tough to do, but I think we should try it. I think we should.
You know what you can do, Tim? Honestly, it's the same way you invite Calvin and I. You just send an invite to their Facebook link, and they can just hop on.
And they hop on, and then we kick them out when they're done.
Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. I like
we
it.
can have live call-ins.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've unlocked an achievement for Tim.
Oh, you did. And I apologize for my distractedness. I'm just trying to put the link up on our Facebook page so people can.
Hey, I have a question. Do you think
go ahead.
Mitch Trubisky channeled his inner Uncle Rico when he was 4th and 2 and he thought he could throw it over those mountains? Sorry for any Steeler fans that are still, standing on top of the building.
I love the fact that Bailey Zappi looked like Drew Bledsoe in his prime in the first half.
Yeah, but then
he showed up in the second half.
Looked like Rick Meyer in the second half.
Oh my God.
So are you not? Do you believe the Patriots are tanking for the top 10?
Well, no. If they were, they wouldn't have won on Monday night.
No. Listen, it's because the Steelers coach there, what's his name, hates New England so much that he told Mitch to throw it out of the stadium so that New England could win, so they don't get the number 1 pick.
Oh, they still get the number 2 pick. So
no, they don't. Aren't they as shitty as Carolina?
No, they got the number 2 pick still because they have the tiebreaker for the number 2 pick.
Which Bill Belichick is mad about when somebody will get fired.
Oh, Arizona. They have the tiebreaker over Arizona? That doesn't make
So wait a minute. Arizona is going to have Kyler Murray come back. And they'll have a number 1 pick. Which will probably be Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, that sounds like a whole lot of fun to play in the NFC West against those two. I'd really want to play corner there. That kid's incredible.
Good gracious.
And I know this is a bowling podcast, but real quick while we're doing this.
Love it.
Can we all agree that Florida State got absolutely robbed?
Yes, 100%, without a doubt. You go undefeated, win a Power 5 championship.
Power 5 conference is what bothers me. Like, really?
And you don't make it.
Because your quarterback got hurt and you still won.
That's one of the reasons why I really, really dislike.
I'm glad next year it goes to 8 teams. At least it'll alleviate some of this next year.
Maybe. So bowling, we have things to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
People would like us to do a rant, so we'll try to have something. I'm brewing something here.
Don't our conversations normally end up in rants anyways?
Typically. Calvin, what's going on up in Canadian land?
Canadian land. We had a couple tournaments last weekend. Let's see if I can find the pictures that I took. The 525 at Moncton. 20 teams ended up, which is very good.
That's a great turnout.
Yeah, it's a great turnout, especially for a 525. It's hard to find bowlers at a 525 average. And to find 20 teams worth of at least 5 bowlers, 6 bowlers maybe, if you wanted a sub, that's definitely a difficult feat, but they did it. So top 3 teams made it in to the playoffs, and they all made it in with identical records. It was pretty crazy how both divisions were pretty well the exact same team dynamic and everything. So they all finished with 14-4 records. Justin Jones's team, Corey Jones's team, and Hub City Electrical. And that was the Division 1, and Division 2 was Pete's People, Backdoor Action, and Corey Smith.
Backdoor Action's the best.
Yeah.
I threw the best strike that way once.
I've heard it's pretty good.
We are talking bowling, right?
Oh yes, of course. I was thinking exactly that. Backdoor. So backdoor action.
That's reason number 872 of why I'm probably going to hell.
Oh, I thought about why we were going to get kicked off of YouTube. Backdoor
played up on Rumble soon.
Teams crossed over, so kind of like Worlds. Corey Smith's team faced Corey Jones' team. And
did Corey win?
A Corey won, yeah. A Corey won by 4 pins in the last box. So it was a very close match there. And Backdoor Action faced Hub City Electrical, and I believe that one was like 20 or 30 pins. And then Corey Smith's team beat Justin Jones's team, and then Pete's People's lost to Backdoor Action. And then
sorry, I can't.
It's okay, man. You can laugh.
To beat Backdoor Action.
It's tough. It's tough to beat.
My mind is just so in a wrong place tonight.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, man.
There's nothing wrong. Look,
I'm a child.
And it makes it even better. Corey Smith beat Backdoor Action. So I mean, it's just it gets even better.
If anybody can beat Backdoor Action,
it's Corey Smith.
Yeah, Backdoor Action with Corey Smith. I mean,
yeah, he doesn't get a lot of it. So, so team Corey Smith, I believe had Corey Smith, Corey Thompson, Ryan Flynn, and I can't remember the other 2 guys. One of them was a guy I've never met before, and one of them was oh, good God. I think we can give it up. We know it was offside. It's okay. It was a bad thing. Anyway, so that was the 525. And then we
Referee
also
could see
had
the ball through him.
I know. And then we had the Connell Patterson Memorial, which happened in Windsor, Avon Valley Lanes. Shore Shots were the winners there, 18-4. The team of rolling guys from A+, basically. Justin Corkum, Sean Dion, Blake Doucette. I think they all were on that team. So they ended up at 18-4. And there was a three-way tie with the Turkey Hunters, AVL, and Divas and Deadwoods at 16-6. High average for the men, because I don't see the women averages, but high average for the men was Nate LeBlanc at 131. So good bowling for him. And that was sort of it for tournaments. What was the...
I wonder what it's like to throw 6 months.
Ian asked about Miranda Wallace's mixer. Did that happen? And do we have any word about it?
I didn't see anything else, anything from that. I'm sure somebody might be listening.
Let me check
that
and
would
see
know.
if I can find it real quick while you guys.
There you go. Angela primes in with Narissa was the high at 113, so good for her. Coming up, there are a few tournaments, and I don't know if they're still going on. I haven't seen anything, but this is just I'm going off the calendar. The Scotch Doubles in Bayers Road. That's this weekend, this Saturday. Christmas Turkey Scotch Doubles at Heather Lanes in New Glasgow. Best Box Doubles on the 17th at Bible Hill. 80% handicap doubles on the 27th at Avon Valley Lanes. January 6th in the new year, a 3-person team at Amherst. January 7th, Battle of the Sexes at Windsor. January 13th and 14th is the 580 in New Glasgow. Laura Trudy Memorial, the 13th and 14th as well at Bayers Road. I think that's the ladies tournament, so that one is on as well. Yeah, Tim does have squirrel moments.
Miranda's mixer is December 10th.
Yeah, that was this past weekend.
That was yesterday.
Oh,
yeah, that was yesterday. We were looking for results. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see any results posted. I just seen congratulations.
They were asking when it was.
Oh, no, yesterday. Yeah. And then we have the 560. Getting excited for those. The men's 560 in Dieppe is the 27th and 28th of January. Then the Peter Wells is at Windsor, the February 3rd and 4th. And then the Fairlanes 560 is the 9th to 11th Super Bowl weekend.
Do you know anybody bowling in all three of those? Because that would be pretty.
Wouldn't that be crazy? I am not, and nor will I.
You're probably bowling in 2 of them.
No, I'm not even bowling in 2 of them. I don't think I'm going to go up to the Peter Wells and the Super Bowl. I'll bowl in the Super Bowl 560. Reminder to all captains, you have until this weekend, this Friday, I believe, or this Saturday, to confirm that you're coming to the 560. I believe there was 11 teams that hadn't confirmed. I don't know if they have all confirmed on the site or whatever, but Dave Warren's looking for that. So make sure you're signed up, or he's going to start going to the wait list. So make sure you confirm with him that you are coming back. The price has gone up to $600 with a $150 deposit. So that's kind of where we are until February.
Well, okay then.
Canada land.
Hold on, I was just.
I did get some pictures from the money matches. I know we were talking about that, but
yeah, we had a couple of money matches.
Mark Weber's cleaning up. I'm going to start taking a percentage. I'm going to start taking a fee on coaching. Coaching fee is like 10%, I think. So.
Yeah, well, that'd be pretty good because he did okay last week.
Yeah, he did pretty good.
So him and Carrier had a solid 5-string match against Holbrook and Baker at Exeter Lanes.
Yeah.
Came down to the last two boxes.
Yeah, Carrier threw a double.
Your double.
I think.
Yeah. He bowled.
Wow.
And Mark will tell you he bowled awful.
Yeah, he was off and on. He went 91, 125, 98, 127, and then was only 3 over before he threw the double to basically clinch it.
Holbrook bowled well, and Weber bowled out of his head again.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say that because he's a good bowler, and if I say out of his head, then people tend to think it means it's he bowled over what he can, and it's not what I was talking about.
Well, when you bowl that good, it is over what you can. Like, it's a great score, you know?
Yeah. I mean, again, Mr. Gamerman Alt XD. I know it's not XD. I'm not an idiot.
No. I'm talking about the next comment down. Yeah, that one. You would have, but Chris, you weren't open on a spare. It would have been open on a double, so you wouldn't have punched 2. You would have been way better. You would have had 2 balls to fuck it up. So you're fine there. Yeah,
don't worry, buddy. You'll have lots of time to win lots of strings in April.
Yeah.
No, Jason. We are calling you from now on. You are now Mr. Gamerman Alt XD.
No, wait. No, Brian. Chris Merrill can't be anchor at the 560. He'll be 4th. We can't put him anchor.
I don't know. He had a solid 290 something this past week. I just want to call out Chris on what a great stretch of bowling you're doing right now.
290. It's great.
No, I think he was 299. I think.
No.
Yeah.
There's no way he broke 300. He had like.
I know. I just said that 299 is not breaking 300.
Wow. No way he got that close either.
You know, because he said he wasn't sure of the last time. Oh, 297.
297. I told you he wasn't that close, motherfucker.
Yeah, 297. And
he can coast through the last month, you know, maybe lower that once a month average, a couple pins. You know?
There are, I have no results here because I don't know what's been bowled and I haven't seen any results. So once again, I go on my soapbox to make myself a few inches taller and say, if you want us to talk about your bowling and your results, you may want to send them to us. Because I'm not digging through Candlepin chat.
I got the other money match pictures. You want that?
Oh, do we want to talk about that money match?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the next one up, isn't the results?
Yeah.
So 23.97 for or 23.95.
No,
we don't know, for Jeff Lapierre and Mark Webber, and then Dom Drake and Richard Beveridge was 22.67. So it was 130 or 128 bids. We're not too sure, but it was that was the victory. So Jeff and Mark winning more money. So remember, Mark, percentage coach's fee. Probably.
No, come on, dude. It's December. That money's going to the little boy. You know that.
But that's okay. He doesn't. He only needs a certain amount of diapers.
Chrissy that's gone to Chrissy.
Yeah, that's Chrissy's.
Yeah. The other 90% is Chrissy's, and I get my 10% coach's fee. Don't you guys pay attention?
Boatwells, good house. Bowled there once about 832 years ago.
Never bowled there, mate.
Couldn't tell you how the pinfall is anymore.
And it has officially won the bid for the Mixed Worlds, so that's where the Mixed Worlds will be this year. Yes.
Oh, it's not going to. I heard Bangor was getting Mixed Worlds and Worlds.
No,
did they not get the Mixed Worlds?
Boatwells has won the captain's vote.
Oh,
breaking news on
that is in Concord.
Yeah, breaking news.
Breaking news. That is in Concord, New Hampshire. For those of you that don't know, and
what's
they have
Concord,
Tim? People.
Boatwell's Bowling Alley. That's about
it. Jimbo used to bowl there.
Okay.
Is that how he got so shitty?
No, he got so shitty from bowling with me, I guess.
Okay.
That's what happened to Jeff too, huh?
Yeah.
And me? Oh my God, Tim! I found out what happened.
You sucked long before you started bowling with me.
Yeah, you sucked worse.
You can't use me as the excuse on that one. For those of you that would like to know about Wells, it is at 152 North State Street in Concord, New Hampshire. I just Googled it because let's see what's in Concord. Blossom Hill Cemetery.
Oh, at least you have a good place to go take a nap if you bowl back.
There's a river, the Merrimack River.
Good place to chuck your bowling balls before you go to the cemetery.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't Concord the capital of New Hampshire?
Tim?
There's a capital in New Hampshire. Is it big enough to have a capital?
All states have a capital.
Minutes at a time.
I feel like Concord was the capital. It's not Manchester. Is it Manchester? It's not Manchester. I'm going to have to Google this now. Sorry, I'm having a squirrel moment.
It's okay, squirrel.
Geography with ripping the rack.
Well, I was that was my, Concord. It is a state capital. I knew that. So you could go to the Live Free or Die because that is the.
Good job, Tim.
I just know New Hampshire is no taxes and liquor stores.
Right?
And I assume they have 24 lanes.
Yes, 24 is it. That's all they have is 24. There'll be 3 balls practice allowed.
You know, Brian, are we going to make another trip this year to watch for a day? Because I've never.
I hope I'll be bowling in it. I put my name in as a free agent.
So you want to go watch, Brian? You want to go watch?
Probably, if we will, Tim. Don't worry.
I'll need someone to ride up with me.
Go up for your 2 hours and then bowl back. That's fun.
No, we went up for.
I brought Colin last year, and we got there at about 11. We left at 5. We were there about 6 hours.
We were there 5 or 6
hours. Colin ate most of Daly's pizza. It was a good day.
That's not enough time.
We drove 3 hours to stay 6 hours to drive 3 hours.
I don't think that's going to be happening on this ride.
No,
that's not the name of my team. So let's see. We have the Webster Timber Lanes 4th Annual South Shore Classic. Starts 10 a.m. on Sunday, January 21st. Maximum 44 teams. A second shift will be added with enough interest. $160 per team. 1 in 4 teams cash. First prize $1,500 based on 44 teams. Teams will bowl 5 games. Their highest 3 team games will count as their best 3 out of 5. Contact Matt Nichols to sign up. January 1st. Average verification required. 30 string minimum. Payment
no
due.
salads allowed.
Payment due January 14th. Can be made via Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, or cash. We have Riverwalk Lanes presents the New Year's Day Best 5 of 7. 7 strings across 7 lanes with your 2 lowest games dropped. $75 entry fee, $25 bowling, $50 prize, $10 optional side pool, $7 high single, $3 high 7. 1 out of 5 entries will cash 3 shifts on Monday, January 1st. That is at 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m. downtown Amesbury. Contact Mark Ritchie.
If you can carpool. There is very little parking.
Oh yeah, parking sucks there.
Yeah,
where?
At Riverwalk. If you can carpool. Yeah, I'm not kidding. There might be 18 spots.
The Candlepin Corner Christmas Classic that is coming up this coming Saturday, December 16th, 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. shifts at Academy Lanes. I have no idea if they're still taking signups, but I will.
Corey Alisi, I think Corey's running that.
Corey, Jordan Britton, or the Candlepin Corner Facebook page to register. It's
you
a 9-pin
belt, I think.
It's a 9-pin tournament. So
you get a belt if you win.
I think so. Let's see. We've got.
Do you have to defend it if you bring it to different tournaments?
Oh, that'd be so much fun.
That would be cool. That would actually. That's not a bad idea.
I'd be a belt collector. Oh wait, is it bowling or wrestling?
Bowling.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Bowling. Strike in the New Year.
I'm the wise man.
We're not sumo wrestling.
Excuse me. I was speaking. That was
how many times have you interrupted us?
Oh, all the time.
Exactly. So
okay, Paul. Hi, I'm Kettle. Nice to meet you.
That's okay. That's okay. I admit it. There's no pot and kettle when I admit it.
Then don't be getting upset when we interrupt you.
Oh, okay. We have 2 New Year's tournaments to discuss. The Strike in the New Year 20-string bowling tournament at Oakland Park Bowling Center.
Oh, yeah.
on
forgot
Route
about
1.
the 2 tournaments in Moncton. I forgot. Well, I'll talk about them now so I can interrupt Tim.
Okay.
The Boxing Day doubles at Fairlanes and the New Year's Day doubles at.
For those of us that don't celebrate Boxing Day, Calvin, could you tell us when Boxing Day is?
Because I'm in. Let's
You
go.
guys don't know when Boxing Day is? You guys don't have Boxing Day?
We don't celebrate Boxing Day here in the U.S.
What? What do you guys do after Christmas?
Go to work.
Sleep.
What?
Actually, no, Tim, in pardon my language, we fuck off for a week until New Year's.
You guys don't get Boxing Day?
I do this year, but I typically don't get the 26th off unless Christmas is on. Unless Christmas is on a Sunday.
Man, I never thought that was not a thing. I didn't know that America didn't know what Boxing Day was.
No, it's a English holiday, England holiday, and of course,
nice.
Yeah,
I literally thought when I was younger that it was 2 people just beating each other up in the middle of town.
Boxing Day is the day after Christmas, so that's a Boxing Day doubles at Fairlanes. So Ian, there you go. Find a partner and come bowl the Boxing Day doubles. 90% handicap, I believe, and sign up starts at 11 and 9 strings, I think. So sign up, and then New Year's Day as well. Sign up. Come bowl.
What's New Year's Day?
New Year's Day singles, I think. It's a singles. It's a fun one. When you get into the playoffs, based on the higher seed, they get to pick who they want to bowl in the playoffs.
Okay.
So if the 3 of us were bowling and I was the higher seed, I get to pick out of the 2 of you who I want to bowl. No, I bowl Tim. I could beat him. He's easy. I beat him once already.
What, beat me?
Yeah.
Dude, I got a broken back. You should beat me.
I could beat you with the.
Everybody should beat me except for Brian. I don't know if he could beat me, but
I'm really not that bad.
I didn't say you were that bad.
I didn't say you were that bad either, Brian. You're the best, man.
I just said I don't think you could beat me even with a broken back.
Oh, I could. No, I could. 1 string, no. 3, yeah. 5, absolutely. 10, I'm burying you by the 7.
Mr. Game,
you're not bowling 8 through 10.
You're not correct.
You're not.
No,
bowling.
You're not. You could beat me, huh?
10 strings. You're not bowling the 8 through the 10.
Dude, I ain't bowling 10 strings. No way. Anyway, we have Oakland Park Bowling Center, their first annual New Year's Eve singles tournament. They're looking for 24 spots. It is a 20 stringer on Sunday, December 31st.
31st. We got the 31st.
God, I can really speak today. Check in at 7:30 p.m. Starts at 8 p.m. It's $120 per person. High single $20. 10 scratch and 10 9-pin.
Nice.
Register in person or by calling area code 207-594-7525 Oakland Park Lanes in beautiful Rockport, Maine. Oh my God, I almost said Massachusetts.
Yeah, we live
Newport, Maine.
It's 2 miles from my house.
Jesus.
Oh,
it's the new spot of Newport, Maine.
Oh my God! I need to start smoking crack.
You need to stop.
And I assume I haven't heard anything about it since, but I assume 1-7-10 is still having the Ray LeBreton Memorial 20 stringer on Saturday, December 30th. That will be, as I pull up here, it will be, there it is. 10 a.m. start time at 1-7-10 Sports Center. It is singles, 20 strings, scratch bowling, 54 bowlers max, 3 bowlers per lane, $150 entry fee. If they can fill it, it will be a guaranteed $3,000 for first place. So it'll be a good turnout, good payout. Do sign up. Message 110. Wow, my God,
man, you are struggling.
This episode of Ripping the Rack is brought to you by Prevagen, which is what Tim needs.
Am I having a stroke? Is this a
you spell toast?
Am I having a?
Who's the president, Tim?
Could say Joe Trump. not to make a joke out of strokes, but could someone Google the symptoms of strokes and just make sure I'm not having one?
Oh no, I can tell you. You just got to answer some questions. Know who I am. I've done these questions before. It's not fun.
That's a concussion, not stroke.
No, I had to ask my dad. He had no idea who I was.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay.
Ooh,
Oh my God.
I'm okay.
Okay. To sign up, message, not massage, 1710 on Facebook or call the lanes at 207-621-1710. And Brian is going to lose it.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
I'm broken.
I'm broken tonight. And then I think there was, what do we? Let's see. That's what I got.
Squirrel.
I don't have results because people haven't sent me results, so I don't got any results.
I really do enjoy watching all the Friday Night Pro League stuff on Facebook. If we can get off into that, like it's a joy every Friday night to know that I can watch one or two matches or flip between them. It's really cool. It's like bowling night in New England. Calvin has hockey night in Canada. We have bowling night in New England and Canada.
Squirrel moment. The Richie Meyer Memorial at Canal Lanes is on Saturday.
Is that the double elimination tournament?
I don't know. It's this Saturday, this 12-16, which is this Saturday. Have I said this Saturday? They currently have 18 teams. There are rooms for two more. Room for two more. Or rooms for two more.
For two more. Room for two in the north.
God.
Timothy.
Jesus.
Do you not speak?
There's only one of us that prints on this show.
Who's this remind you of? Sorry.
Tsunami.
Do you not speak any English?
So that's in the words that are coming out of my mouth.
That's in Southampton, Mass. Check in at 9 a.m. First ball will be at 10 a.m. Reminder: the entry is $400 per team. There is not an ATM at the alleys, but the bar does now accept credit, so that's good. Payout with 18
pay the bar,
teams.
and they'll pay them in cash.
Yep. Payout with 18 teams is $2,300 for first place. I'm going to say it's not doubles because there's teams.
No, double elimination.
Oh, I thought you said doubles.
No, double elimination because I bowled in the Richie Mayer double elimination teams tournament one year in 2011 when it was at Holyoke Lanes at Fun Time.
Oh.
Holy, 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 holy.
Which is funny because when we got there, I was like, hey, that looks like a bullet hole in the side of the building. And one of the bowlers went, oh, it is.
Okay.
That's not good.
So these are some of your teams. You got Tubbs and Friends.
Nice.
Nichols team. That's got to be Nichols team.
Nope.
Oh.
No, you got our team. You got No Name Team. They don't have a name. It's Hesser. You've got Sponsored by Brazzers.
Nice.
Wait.
Love
what?
It. I love it. I hope that's actually true.
Hercules.
I hope they're actually
Tim,
sponsored
do you want
by
a shirt?
Brazzers.
Do you want a team shirt from them?
I want a team shirt from them.
Yeah, and I
Peter
hope
Crawford,
it has boobies on the front.
Gauthier Jr., give me a team shirt.
I hope it has boobies on the front. It would be the best shirt ever.
God, that's great. That's fantastic.
I love that. That's perfect.
I hope all of the stuff they film that day, if they do stuff, has the Brazzers logo at the bottom.
You got Stank Meat.
Nice.
This sounds like a fun tournament.
Brian,
team Clown Shit.
Brian, you think we could get our 560 team sponsored by Brazzers?
We could try.
If we could.
Brian, are you bowling the 560?
I have a team, apparently.
Who are you bowling with?
Oh, the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, bowl with the Huffs.
Oh. When is that again?
The Super Bowl.
Okay.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll go again this year.
You can go because you don't want to miss it because on the off chance Dallas does make the Super Bowl.
Not a chance.
If they win, there's going to be an international incident. I can promise you because I'll be running down Mountain Way shirtless. Just Mountain Road, just shirtless from Storm's Bar.
So we've got stuff to we can talk about some things. We've had some questions.
Talk about, Tim?
Well, we've had some questions.
What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about lob lines. Let's talk about foul lines, foot foul lines. Do you guys want to talk about those, or do you have anything else?
No, and dead serious about those two things, and people will complain all they want. I will stand by the fact that it's easier to hit whatever pin you're aiming at if you only have to navigate a quarter of the lane. That's why lobbing helps you.
There's a debate on if lobbing helps or hurts or has no impact whatsoever.
I think it helps you a lot.
The only thing I'm going to say is two things. Number one,
And
it's
number
a freaking
two.
rule.
Yeah.
It's a rule in the ICBA rule book.
Mm-hmm. That line's not imaginary.
Here's a lob line here. The ball doesn't land on this side of it.
Oh, it does, but you don't count what happens
Right.
after.
I'm just saying there is a rule. Foot foul. Look,
depends.
If you're not going to have working foul lights, as long as you're not going over 6, 8, 10 inches over the line, if it's just your toe going over, I really don't care.
And it's a league? Okay.
I don't.
Please observe the line.
Yeah, I mean, look, the mixed worlds, tournaments, yeah, stay behind the line. But there were some people, and I forgot, Brian, where were we? They were getting all bent out of shape at league. And it might have been Oakland Park when you had a team that was going a foot over the line. And
I was happy. You know what? Honestly, in that league, and I won't say names or anything, but I was happy that just the heels stayed behind the line.
Yeah.
If they kept the heel behind, I was okay. But it's not like they were lighting the league up either with 119 to 20 average. They were 72 to 75 average.
Right. Calvin, what do you think about lob line and foot foul line?
He's from Canada. They don't have a lob line. I want
to hear it. I want to hear the Canadian opinion.
They don't have a lob line.
They do have a lob line.
I honestly don't. My opinion has always been, if you have a problem with it, call it. I don't have a problem with it because you're not going to beat me whether you're fouling 10 feet over the line or you're lobbing it 15 feet over. You're still not going to beat me at bowling. So I don't have a problem with it ever, because if you want to do it, go for it. I don't care. It's not going to bother me any. My bowling is not impacted by what you're doing. But if somebody is having a problem with it, then the match should be stopped completely. You either call a grievance or you call a line judge over and you have somebody watch it. If you're going to sit there, don't bitch and moan. Don't act like children. Call somebody, stop the match, be like, hey, this guy's going over the line. Perfect. Move on. If you want to do it like a warning or if you want to call somebody over, but stop everything and tell them, or tell the person, tell the captain, hey, your guy's going over the line. Just want to let you know. That's my opinion.
I'm going to use the Worlds as an example because that's the last tournament I bowled in. If it's going to be our premier tournament, then we follow the rules of bowling. I don't think it's that difficult.
Or if you're really worried about dress code and being professional, how about we have a couple officials for the finals?
What's that got to do with dress code?
Everyone's talking about how the dress code, you need to look professional. This is our professional event.
Oh.
Your event. Cool. Have some officials for the finals.
Well, that's the thing. Foot fouls are a thing, but you look at like 10-pin. 10-pin doesn't have lob rules. You got guys like Jason Belmonte, who's the best bowler in the world, and he lobs almost every ball.
Here's a difference with 10-pin and Candlepin. The other reason I have a problem with lobbing is it actually does more damage to the lanes for a Candlepin ball to hit that far down.
It's a smaller surface area
than a 10-pin ball.
Yeah,
so it actually does damage to the lane. Most 10-pin is synthetic. Okay, so they can lob it out there and it doesn't do damage because it's synthetic.
Yeah.
Okay. Ian, we have a lob line at our 10-pin lane here. The ones that I've been to doesn't have a lob line. They don't have lob lines. But
I think it's more of a shock and awe thing at that point. Like, if you can lob it out there, good for you to be able to throw a 16-pound ball that far accurate. Like,
Hey,
but
Brian, there you go. And there's a complete and utter argument to your point in that there's less to navigate.
Mhm.
You have to be accurate to lob. I don't care if you lob 16, 20 feet, and we're back to Candlepin. If you're accurate with it, good for you. It's the same accuracy as me throwing my ball on the ground. I still have to be accurate with my ball just as much as they have to be accurate with their ball.
But
you're
to
not
Brian's
breaking
point,
it's
easier to be accurate at 45 feet or 40 feet than it is at 60 feet.
And we're not talking like the single pins.
You are navigated in an extra 15 feet of lane.
Yeah, think about hitting a deadwood. And instead of your ball having to navigate all the lane, it's like it hits, and then it's like, oh, there's the spot I need to hit. Like,
I don't know.
But you still have to be accurate with that.
For 40 feet.
And you also have to hope that your ball doesn't do anything once it hits the lane, because you could easily hit the lane and your ball just go whoop like that because it hit on the spin or on the turn. Or
let's face it. People who know how to do it haven't just started to think, oh, today is a good day to start lobbing.
That's true. But it's also the same way as bowling normally. You still have to practice and be good at it. You can't just pick up a ball and go and lob the ball.
Okay. Same thing. Let's say we'll move to football.
Yeah.
Okay. How about we have me pick Tim up and then you try and tackle Tim? I mean, nothing in the rules says you can't do it that way, or something in the rules says you can't do it that way, but it's still just as like the same thing as you running, right? You can't tackle me. You're getting an assist. It's against the rules and you're getting an assist.
I was taught from an early age that we follow the rule book.
Yeah. Oh, it's not hard.
You don't throw a ball at rolling wood. You don't lob the ball. You stay behind the foul line. You don't take shots out of a gutter.
What? What do you mean shots out of the gutter? Who takes what?
Look, we're going to discuss this. That's going to have its own special moment. Okay. To finish this discussion, it is a rule in Candlepin bowling. You stay behind the foul line. You don't lob the ball. It's that simple. You want to know why? You want to know why I believe that? It's because it's in the rule. You want to change the rule? Then change the rule. At that point, I won't care. But until then, follow the damn rules.
Go by what is written, not what's intended. What is written. That's a dress code.
Ooh.
Spicy.
Feisty.
Oh.
We're calling and calling. Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Someone got called out. Nice.
The views and expressions of the fans of Ripping the Rack podcast are not those of
Calvin
and Brian.
I've never seen it.
So let's discuss bowler's call. Okay. And here's what I'm going to tell you. My take on taking shots out of the gutter, pretty simple. And I have been pretty clear about this to anyone that's ever asked me.
There's video evidence.
As well as on this show. Shots out of the gutter or close to the gutter or whatever. It is bowler's call. It is not the people in the back. It is not the guy you're bowling against. It is not the people watching now. We got streaming. It is not the people watching on a stream. And 2 hours later, someone posting a clip of it.
We're not the PGA. You can't call in a rule violation.
Bowler's call simply means that bowler made the call. I don't have to agree with it. Calvin, Brian, you guys don't have to agree with it.
You can have a powwow about it.
You may have a conversation and you may have a discussion with said bowler at that time. However, here's what I was taught, and this is what I've always told people and anyone that's ever asked me. If it is close, I will not take the shot. If in my head I am not 100% sure that shot was good, I won't take it.
And I'll back you up on that, Tim, because on YouTube, if you look up Karen Matero from a Vacation Land tournament back in 2009, there's video evidence.
Not my sister Karen.
Right? Yeah. Sierra. Yeah. There's actual video evidence of Tim not taking a shot because he thought it was close.
So, I don't care that he took the shot. It was his call. It was his call to make, and you know, Mark Carrier in that thread said that it's a split-second decision, and he's absolutely correct. It is a split-second decision. The difference is, personally, this is me. I won't take the shot if I don't think it's good. Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, the secondary part of that, how do I word this? If there is a problem with someone saying that shot was good,
you stop it right then.
That should have been addressed right then and there. Now, I will also tell you, I lost a Pro Bowler of the Year title to Russ Neely by 2 pins over 50 strings. Okay. Russ had 5 Pro Tour of the Year. I had 3. I did exactly what I did in that tournament, Brian, and I remember it clearly. In the last tournament, and about the 8th or 9th string, I had a 9-pin drop, 10-pin, with wood in the gutter. I didn't take the shot. Was it good? I don't know. It was too close to call, so I said no. Mm-hmm. I didn't lose it. I didn't lose a Pro Bowler of the Year because of that. Not over 50 strings. 2 pins over 50 strings, 500 boxes. No, there was far other things that I threw away. Not that one. You know. So there's a certain amount of integrity that goes with this game.
Like golf.
And it is. And it's on the individual bowler. It's the only way I can put that, folks. Would I have taken the shot? Probably not. Easy for me to say I wasn't there and I didn't throw the ball.
And I didn't see it for that amount of money. That comes into it too.
And for one thing, I didn't see it. I only saw the replay.
I still haven't seen it.
I mean, you can watch it. It's right there.
I don't need to.
You know?
Honestly, it's none of my business.
Calvin, you look like you got something to say.
Oh no, I'm just nodding along with everything. That's all.
No, you got something to say.
I do know there have been occasions in big tournaments where I have felt very uncomfortable marking certain scores because, yeah, I didn't think they were good.
Yeah, it happens.
That's my thing. Even like if I'm keeping score and I don't think it's good, I'm not pushing the button, writing the mark, whatever. I'm like, no, somebody else can do that. I don't feel like. Because at that point in a tournament like league you can stomach almost because it's one of those things like, okay, league. When you're bowling for money, you start taking money out of people. When you start affecting somebody else's pocketbook, then you're kind of like, I don't know if I want to take that.
Now, the second part of this, I'm going to say is pretty simple, and it goes to, if that happened against me, it is what it is.
You have to.
I very rarely ever got upset with what someone else did against me. Hell, half the time I didn't even see it.
I was going to say, yeah, Tim, come on. 70% of the time you're not paying attention.
That's for sure.
No, to other people's bowling, he doesn't. Even if you're on his team.
Well, I mean, I don't pay attention to what my opponent's doing. Rarely pay attention to what my opponent's doing. I have a
Right.
hard enough time focusing on my own bowling. You think
You
I need
do
to
it?
watch someone
No,
else?
no. You do it one time. If somebody is shooting a shot after you and you need a count and they miss it or they make it, you'll watch to see if they make it because you know you'll need to pick pins.
Yes.
That's the only time you do.
Yeah.
And I bowled with you enough to know that is the one time you will actually look over at somebody else's lane.
And Chris, that's kind of the point I'm trying to make was,
yeah,
the only impact that a shot like that had was in the head of the people that it was against.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. And the other thing about it is, I mean, of course, it doesn't matter because the pins were taken regardless. But it wasn't a spare. He didn't make his shot. And it wasn't like he took 22 pins or something like that. Like, it was 2 pins. Yes, if it came down to it and you lost by 1, then yeah, okay, I'd be like, okay, no.
That's on you though. Bring it up at the point. Like Chris said,
well,
bring it
no,
up at that moment.
Yeah. And I mean, it looked like I didn't understand. I think that's what he was doing when the shot happened. I don't know if something was said. I couldn't really hear what was going on. I don't know if something was said, but he turned around and kind of laughed. And I don't know if that's what he was referring to.
He said
something subtle like that. If you have an issue, say, hey, put your ball down and say, let's talk about that. And I've done it in the Canadian. I did Tony Arsenal in Bangor one year in the Canadian. His light went off on a spare fill. I was on the left. I put my ball down, and he went, "What are you doing?" I go, "We're going to talk about why your light went off on that spare fill."
Okay, that's a different situation because then we're going. What I'm saying before is that regardless if you say something or not, yes, you can ask, be like, "Was that good? Did you think that was good?" I think that would be as far as you could go.
Right, that's their call.
In the end of the day,
it is
bowler's call.
It is a bowler's call.
And you can be upset with it or not. You can be cranky about it or not, but it's still a bowler's call. And the better part about that person, and I mean, not that person in general, but the person who takes the shot out of the gutter is, and it didn't happen in this instance, is you have the chance to make him regret that. Because bowling irony, people, is 1,000% a thing. And I will argue with every single person who says it isn't. If you're going up there and it's like a close game, something like that, and you have a 9-pin break with a plank and the other guy has a weird break and you miss that 9-pin break,
that shot's going every time.
Of the time, that shot is going. If they hit it, it will go like 1. There's no way it's not going. It's going so fast. Like and I'll show it the other night. I was bowling and I had an 8-pin break and I should have hit it and I just missed it and it didn't go. And the guy I was bowling against had the 4 horsemen. And I said, well, that shot never goes until now. And didn't he just make it? And it's like that thing, it happens. Bowling irony is a thing. So when somebody takes that shot out of the gutter, I can give an instance. We were bowling, and I won't put names out there because it's not that it's not funny, because it would be funny. But we were bowling a tournament, and a guy took a shot clearly in the gutter, took a 10, and one of my teammates basically just destroyed him the rest of the match, and just berated every time he threw a ball. It was bad. And he just made a mark, and it made a mark. And then the guy proceeded to average 97 the rest of the day. So bowling irony is a thing. So if you want to be that person who takes that shot out of the gutter, if it's close or not, or whether you even think it's close or not, it could come back around and you could be the one who paid for it. Because what you do is you get even. You ask the question, hey, was that good? Did you think that was good? Was that like an 8 or a 9 or a 10? Then when they answer it, you're like, okay, sure. And then you proceed to go on your way. Don't bring up this crap. It's not worth it.
and the other thing that I've done in the past as well is if I have a shot, and I'm going to use Jeff's shot as an example. He had the 2 and the 1 with a plank like that and the wood in the gutter. Okay, let's call it what it is. We're talking about the match with LaPierre and Weber against Dom Drake and Richard Beveridge.
Yeah.
And Jeff had a bowler's call. It's a bowler's call, people.
Yeah.
Okay?
100%.
Maddie, that's a good question. Hold that thought. I'm going to answer that in 1 second. Sorry, I had a squirrel moment.
Yeah.
I have looked and asked and said, hey, look, if I play a shot here, is that shot good?
Yep.
And if they say yes, and that's where the ball hits, I will take the shot because that's where I said, and they said it was good. I have done that.
Is that part of the wood good?
Yes.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now.
Or can we all agree that's good?
Right, exactly. And with everything that's happened and happening and everybody doing this, basically every time I get a weird wood, I usually turn around to a person and on the other team and just say, if I hit this here, is that good or not? I just want to make sure before I throw the ball, because if not, I'll throw it somewhere different.
Right.
Then there's no question.
So here's the thing, and I hope people understand, I am not calling Jeff out for taking that shot.
No, we aren't.
No,
We're having a discussion about the situation.
I can't tell you if I would have taken it or not in that situation because I wasn't there. Fair enough? Is everyone clear on that?
I haven't seen
it. Chat, everyone. I'm not calling him out. I'm saying that if I was put in that position, number one, I don't know what I would have done because I wasn't there. In the past, I have not taken shots that were close. That's just me. It doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean I'm wrong. It doesn't mean Jeff's right or wrong or Calvin or anyone else. Okay, it's an opinion. Now, Maddie asked a good question. With that match being live streamed, do we get Paul to stop the live and watch a replay? Not saying that shot made the difference, but a topic for discussion.
The problem is you can't stop. You can't stop live.
Well,
and watch it over. Well, I mean,
you can. It needs to be established beforehand. Like, it's going to be an instant replay rule. Like, hey, if there's a question where this is being taped and live streamed, do we go back and watch the replay of it? And if they say, yeah, we can do that, okay, cool. You can do that for that match. But if it's not, you can't just do it randomly for whatever you feel like.
And yes, Wicked Fingers, you are right. There was a missing pin, and I found that. I know which playoff match you're talking about. I found that moment and took a snapshot of it, and there was a strike that happened, and nobody noticed.
Didn't they go back though? Didn't I?
No, that was our match. Something happened in our match, and I went back and watched it. That was when Adam was streaming, but in our playoff match against Maria.
Okay, Maddie, I think that's a really kind of cool point. And Brian, I think you hit it on the head when you said if it was agreed upon before the match.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anything that you think is close.
Then I'd like to, personally, I like the idea.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be very similar to baseball. You get one. If you succeed, you can keep it.
The only problem is you may and also have a problem with your viewing.
True.
Your connection may not.
Because you got to stop it.
Right. But your connection may not be good enough where
it might be subject to availability too.
Right.
So there was, I believe it was Pilgrim Lanes that had an overhead shot of the pins on the scorer's table. You literally could see the pins. So you could check a shot.
They had a deck camera. Yeah.
They turned it off for tournaments. And I don't know if they turned it off for leagues or whatnot, but
yes, Corey,
it was right here.
It was a difference from 97 to 92, bud. It's okay. We still whooped their ass. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. No, pin cams. That's what I'm talking about, Maddie. If you had something like that, I don't have a problem with it. Right. I don't have a problem with if it's being streamed or whatever, going back and looking on replay. I think it's a kind of cool idea.
Yeah.
But I think you have to limit it too. You can't have unlimited replays.
I think it's got to be like baseball. One, if you succeed, you can have one more. If you fail, then you lose it.
Yeah.
That's actually cool, Danny. He's had a bowler forfeit a string in the ACST after rewatching a match and seeing a foul they committed, winning them the match. So after the fact, like the next day or the day after they were watching it, they went and forfeited that string. That's cool. That's integrity. That's integrity.
That's very integrity. Yeah.
Love it.
Wow.
And you're not actually wrong.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, that would be a long...
You couldn't do it in the Worlds. There's too many matches. It would have to be for the finals only.
Yeah, it'd have to be like the singles, and you'd only have the finals called. Yeah.
Yeah, the finals. Yeah. That's the only way you could do the Worlds with officials. It's just the finals. You have
I think you could probably do it. You could probably do it semifinals on.
Yeah, but you need to have predetermined officials who are not a part of the tournament.
Yep.
You can't just grab guys who aren't in the playoffs and say, "Hey, officiate the match."
Yeah.
No, they have to be not affiliated with the tournament.
Danny, I think that's I love it. I think it's totally cool.
Those are the type of people I want to bowl with.
I know this situation in the money match has riled people up. I know there's people on both sides of the fence on this. You're neither right nor wrong.
Kind of like life.
Yeah.
I am reasonably. I'd have to go back and look at the rule book, but I'm reasonably sure there is a rule about a deadwood. Hitting a deadwood, not wood, but hitting the deadwood.
Yeah.
And then, hitting a pin.
Well, it's like the rule that not a lot of people know about, or maybe I'm mistaken, but when you completely miss everything and hit the curtain.
I get it. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Good job. That's pretty.
But when you completely miss everything, hit the curtain, the ball comes off and takes a pin. That's a dead ball. That pin doesn't count.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
Oh,
dang.
But she's not wrong.
I thought my wife was brutal for the Cowboys comment.
But she's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
So ultimately, we could beat this silly until we're blue in the face.
Oh no, this horse is dead.
Yeah.
Bowler's call is bowler's call, regardless if you agree with it or not.
It's simple as that. But
if you don't agree with it, bring it up at the time of the foul or the supposed foul.
Grievance committees exist for a reason.
In the money matches, you're going to have a conversation beforehand about a grievance of some sort. And
but even then, again, if you look at that, as much as I agree with everything, if you look at that, grievance committee is going to go by the rules, and the rules are it's bowler's call. Like, it's simple as that. It's as much as everybody wants to bitch about it, as much as everybody wants to hate on it, it's bowler's call. The problem I ever have with this is when a bowler turns around and goes, "Huh?" If you turn around and have to go, "Huh?"
If they go, then no.
Then it's not good. Just don't take it. It's bowler's call. Simple as that. Period. Yep. End of discussion.
And that, and there's been a couple of times where, I'm going to call Austin Barnes out for a moment. Austin took a shot against Jeff Surratt several years ago in Millis in a singles pro series. The ball was in the gutter. I could see it from, the parking lot. Austin made the call that it was good. He thought it was good. Bowler's call. Austin and I have since talked about that several times. And you know what? He learned from that. And the last time I saw, something, I can't remember if it was a tournament like last year or something.
He had 560 when he tore it up in Augusta.
He had a close shot that he didn't take. And what was funny was I actually thought that one was good and he didn't take it.
Mm-hmm.
So people can learn from it. And that's the whole point of what I'm trying to say is I don't find someone defined by one action. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Bowler's call is bowler's call. You don't have to agree with it. I don't have to agree with it. No one has to agree with it except for the bowler.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm never going to, I shouldn't say never. More than likely, I'm not going to argue a point. If someone takes it.
As Calvin said, bowling karma exists.
Yeah.
And it will get you.
You know? I don't know. I'm sure. Right. Look, I guarantee I've taken shots that some people have said, I don't think that was good. And in my heart, I thought it was good.
Yep. I
guarantee it. I've bowled a lot. We've all bowled a lot. We've all taken close shots that some people might say was no good. That's the part of bowler's call. I mean, I guess I can't be any more clear about how I feel about it.
Yep.
Absolutely. Bowler's call, period. End of discussion. There's nothing you can do about it. You can just ask them, and simple as that. If they say, yeah, it was good, good enough. Thank you.
You go, hey, that was good? Okay.
Yeah, good enough. And the other end of it, don't fucking get offended when you're asked if that was good or not. It's just a question. It's just, do you think that was good? Stand by it. If you say yes.
If I said yes.
Yeah, it was good.
Have I changed my mind if someone's questioned it, more than one person, like on another team or even my own team? I've changed my mind. That's fine. We won't take it then. I thought it was good, but if everyone here says it wasn't, then
if 15 people turn around and say no, I'm like, okay, it wasn't good.
Yeah. I don't get offended if I get asked that question.
No, and you shouldn't.
No, folks, it's bowling.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not life. We got bigger problems in life than bowling, folks. A lot of bigger problems going on in the world, you know?
Oh, yeah.
All I can think of is Ted Lasso. Football is life.
Football is life, you know? Be a goldfish.
Yeah.
Ted Lasso's that's one of the all-time
Ted Lasso is an amazing show.
It's an amazing show. If you haven't watched it, folks, I urge you to watch it. It is a phenomenal show. Jason Sudeikis is amazing. Just, you know, yeah. Anyway, so we're over.
Yeah.
Per usual. Folks, as usual, please get your results to us, please. Please.
Pretty please.
I'm tired of digging.
I got you covered, Tim.
Yeah.
The views and expressions on Ripping the Rat podcast are those of Tim, Calvin, and Brian. We cannot give you our views and expressions if you do not send us the information in which to do that. Please go ahead and send us those things. You can find Ripping the Rack on Anchor, Breaker, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, and wherever else you listen to your podcast mediums. Also, yes, Chris, we will try and get the Brazers sponsorship.
Yeah.
Please get your questions, comments, and concerns to rippingtherackpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter or X or whatever it is.
Nico, when is our next show?
Yes, that's a great question, Nico.
Happy New Year.
We're retired.
Our next show will be January. We will have almost a month off because our next show would be Christmas, and none of us are doing
holidays,
Christmas.
Everybody, from Ripping the Rack podcast.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
It's not a war on Christmas. Jeez, no. Holy crap. It's just happy holidays because there are like 9,000 holidays.
There's 20-something holidays.
Well, no, I'm explaining to people who are like, you're against Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Yeah. We're going to touch them all.
Like
that's what I like to do is touch them all. Our next show, more than likely, will be...
We'll probably go like the 8th.
January 8th.
Yeah.
And we will be having some guests starting in the new year. And we will have a special Sunday evening show coming up most likely in January.
Some people bowl Monday nights.
Yeah, some people bowl Monday nights.
Who wants to start their week off?
I think Sean, if you could either message me directly those results from the Richie Meyer, we will discuss it.
Absolutely.
When we come back, more than likely we'll plan a fairly longer show because we're going to have some stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you very much. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah for those that celebrate that. Happy Kwanzaa for those that celebrate Kwanzaa.
Happy holidays, people.
Happy
Yes,
holidays.
and Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year. Be safe. Thank you for another year of support for Ripping the Rack podcast. It's been 3+ years, and it's been a blast.
4 years in April, man.
I know. Looking
Fun.
forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right, guys. Peace out.